Hey guys, I'm here today to talk about why and how I decided to go back to work. So as you all know, I got a job. I am returning to work in the fall as a teacher. I have been out of work since February of this year. I hadn't even been thinking about teaching again. Like, hadn't crossed my mind. If somebody mentioned something about me teaching again, I just would completely ignore it. Like, I'm literally not doing that anymore. So on the Sunday before I went to my job interview, I was in church and my pastor said something along the lines of, and I'll insert the clip so you can see it yourself if I can, but he said something along the lines of, God says that when you're ready to go back to what he called you to, he has a place for you.
Have you ever had a situation in your life where you were throwing a pity party and didn't want to go back in and didn't want to try again and didn't even want to face your future because of the pain of your past? But here comes Jesus, wants to let you know, whenever you get ready to come back in and do what I've called you to do, come on back in. It's handled.
I tried to push it to the back of my mind, but I couldn't. I heard clear as day that was for me. And so I sat in the car after church that day and I prayed about it and I cried about it, and I was like, God, you know, like, if this is what you want me to do, I'll do it, but I really, like, I don't know if I can. But if it's what you want me to do, then just make a way for it to happen. And give me a sign that this is what you want me to do. So that Tuesday, I got a call from an old coworker. I got a call from an old coworker and she was like, hey, I was just calling to let you know that there is a job fair coming up on Thursday. And I tried my best to mark it in my brain as a coincidence. I'm like, this is literally a coincidence. Take in mind, I have not heard from this girl since I stopped working at my other job. And so I knew it wasn't a coincidence that she called me, but I still tried to push it to the back of my mind. Wednesday, I was on Facebook just scrolling through my timeline, and there was this girl up there and she was talking about the story of David and Goliath. And basically, the part that stuck out to me, she was like, we are the Davids in the world, you know, and you just gotta know that no matter how big the struggle, no matter how big the opponent or whatever it is that is in front of you, like, when God is with you and he's on your team, there's nothing that you can't conquer. And I finally chalked up me not wanting to go back to teaching as fear. I finally realized that I was afraid, and that was the reason why I hadn't gone back out and tried again. So in that moment, I just got a peace over me, and something was just telling me that I was ready and that it was time to go back. So I decided that night that I would go to the job fair. That was the next day. I went to the job fair. I ended up getting the job. You all saw that I was overwhelmed with happiness and I was overly joyed. And that's basically how it happened. I just really felt like God was calling me back into the classroom. And just the realization that I can't do what he needs me to do from my house. There are children who need love and who need somebody that cares about them to teach them. I'm glad that God chose me and that he cares enough about me and my feelings to make sure that I felt comfortable first, because I would have done it anyway, because I try my best to be in the will of God, but I appreciate that he made sure I was okay first. Like, that's a big deal to me, and so I'm super grateful for that. But yes, that is how I decided to go back to work. I hope that you all are having an amazing day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.